What everybody wants to know, are they going to lose everything when they file bankruptcy? I've had one guy this week who pretty much, he asked me 5 times every time I've met with him. I've met with him 3 times, and I'm not going to lose my house. And I'm not going to lose my house. And I can understand that. But the bottom line is, you 99.99% of the time, you will not lose anything when you file a bankruptcy, assuming that you are making the payments on your house, on your car. Basically, what happens to your stuff depends on which kind of bankruptcy you file. There's Chapter 7 and 13 for most people's purposes, and when you file Chapter 7, the court appoints a bankruptcy trustee. He really just has 2 jobs. First, to see if you qualify for Chapter 7, and second, to see if you have anything he can sell to make money to pay your creditors with. Well, 99% of the time, you're not going to have anything that he can sell, because when you file a bankruptcy, you get things called exemptions. And an exemption is a certain dollar amount of certain types of things that no one can take from you. Not that the thing is protected, but a certain dollar amount of the equity in that thing. And every state has its own exemptions. South Carolina's exemptions are great. If you go to my website and look under the forms section, I've got a table that breaks them all out, what types of things, what dollar amounts of those things are protected. I haven't updated it since the law changed in July 1, but basically the numbers are higher than what's on my website. I've also got the amounts listed on my website. But for example, you can have up to $57,000 equity in your share of your house, your residence. So a married couple filing bankruptcy together can protect $112,000, $114,000 worth of equity in their house. Not a lot of people have that unless they have very expensive houses and they were making a lot of money before they filed bankruptcy. And the exemptions go down the line to cars, stuff in your house, all of your retirement plan is safe, things like that. Basically, the Chapter 7 trustee has to be able to sell your assets, pay off any mortgages or liens on them, give you your exemption amount in cash after the sale, and still have money left. And most of the time, that's just not possible mathematically. So in a Chapter 7, you usually don't lose anything. And if you do have equity that is non-exempt, which means the stuff's worth more than your exemption, basically the trustee is not going to come swooping down and take your stuff. He's going to first give your attorney the opportunity to make an offer to buy the equity from him, usually at a discounted rate, and give you 6 months or a year to pay him for it. So that works out pretty well for things like cars that might be paid off that are worth $20,000 or something. And finally, in a Chapter 13 and in a Chapter 11, you don't lose anything as long as you make your mortgage payments and your car payments. Those types of bankruptcies are payment plans where you're making a payment to the creditors over time, and basically the value of your assets is only used to determine how much you have to pay your creditors back.